Good morning student, welcome back. As our CPT 1 exam is going to start, so today I will take you revision class. We will do revision of chapter 1, 2 and 3. Now let's start with chapter 1, cell. We all know that cell is the basic unit of life. The name cell is given by Robert Hooke, and the theory proposed by the two scientists Theodore and Skelton. The theory states that all the living beings exist from cell, and so that basic unit of structure and function is the cell. And the third point of the theory is all the new cells exist from its pre-existing cell. No new cell formed by itself. It formed by the division of its pre-existing cell. This is all about the cell theory. Now, after the cell theory, we have studied about the cell structure. We all know that there are two types of cell: plant cell and animal cell. There is slight difference found between plant and animal cell. Now, let's study. We start the cell structure by its outer covering. The outer covering of plant cell is cell wall. We all know that plant cell is double covered structure. It has two layers, cell wall and cell membrane. Now let's start with cell wall. Cell wall is the outer covering of plant cell. Means it is present only in plant cell and not present in animal cell. It is totally non-living structure and it is made up of cellulose. Its function is it provides rigidity. Rigidity means stiffness to the cell and give shape to the cell and provide protection to the cell. This is all about the cell wall. Now, second layer of the cell is the cell membrane. Cell membrane is present in both the cells, plant cell and animal cell. It is living and it is made up of lipids, means fats and proteins, and it is selective permeable. Selective permeable the meaning of selective permeable is that it allowed only the selected things which are beneficial for the cell to enter in, and not the unbeneficial things to enter in. Now let's start with the cell organelle. Now first we have to know what is cell organelle. It is the organ which works for the cell. Hence it is called cell organelle. Now first cell organelle is the mitochondria. It provides energy to the cell, so that it is called powerhouse of the cell. Now next organelle is the endoplasmic reticulum. It provides framework to the cell, and it is present near the cell, near the nucleus. And because of the presence of near the nucleus, it also helps in the transporting the nuclear material from the nucleus to the cytoplasm of the cell. The next organelle is the Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus is known as, in plant cell, it is known as dictyosome, and it helps in the process of cell division in plant cell. Its main function, it is called secretory organelle because it secretes hormones and enzymes for the cell for the development and growth of the cell. Hence it is called secretory organelle. After Golgi apparatus, next organelle is the lysosome. Lysosome is called suicidal bags of the cell because it has hydrolytic enzymes in it, and this enzyme engulf or destroy the foreign material which are non-beneficial for the cell. Hence it is called suicidal bags of the cell. All these organelles are present in both plant and animal cell. Now the next organelle is the centrosome. Centrosome is present only in animal cell. It is very smallest organelle and it is present near the nucleus and helps in the process of cell division. Cell division is the important characteristic of the cell, and this is initiated by this centrosome. And in plant cell, it is this cell division is initiated by the dictyosome. Now the next organelle is the plastids. Plastids are present only in plant cell. And there are three types of plastids. leucoplast, chromoplast and chloroplast. The function of leucoplast is to store the material. Second organelle is the chromoplast. It provides beautiful color to the plant. The third organelle is the chloroplast. It is green in color because it has chlorophyll in it, and we all know chlorophyll is essential pigment for the process of photosynthesis. This is all about the plastids. Now the next organelle and very important organelle of the cell is nucleus. Nucleus is acentric in plant cell and centric in animal cell. Acentric means it is not present in the center of the cell. It is present here anywhere in the cell, not in the center. This is the meaning of acentric. And if the nucleus is present in center, this is called centric. And in animal cell, nucleus present like this, and in plant cell, it is present like this. It is acentric in plant cell because of the presence of large vacuole in plant cell. And vacuoles may or may not be present in the animal cell. If vacuoles are present in the animal cell, then they are very small size. But in plant cell, they are in very large size. So that because of the large vacuole, nucleus becomes acentric in plant cell. Now let's study about the nucleus. Nucleus is very important organelle of the cell. It is the controlling center of the cell. It controls all the activities of the cell. And second function of the nucleus is it is responsible for transferring the characters from one cell to other cell, from one generation to other generation. This is, and a nucleolus is also present in the nucleus, and this nucleolus is responsible for giving protein, for providing protein to the nucleus. And small thread-like structures are present in the nucleus. They are called chromatin fiber. And at the time of cell division, these chromatin fiber condensed and convert into the chromosome. Next organelle is the vacuole. Vacuole is totally empty, and its function is to store the organic and inorganic material of the cell, waste material of the cell, and all the and most of the water is also present in it. Water is also stored in the vacuole, and it is very large in plant cell and very small or may not be present in the animal cell. This is all about the cell. You have to study in this chapter the difference between plant and animal cell. Now let's start with the difference. The first difference in plant and animal cell, that cell wall is present in plant cell but it is absent in animal cell. The second difference is plastids are present in plant cell and it is absent in animal cell. The next difference is centrosomes are present in animal cell and it is absent in plant cell. Golgi body is called Golgi body is in plant cell and it is dictyosome, as a dictyosome is known as in plant cell. The last difference in plant and animal cell is nucleus is acentric in plant cell and centric in animal cell. This is all about the difference between plant and animal cell, and we have revised first chapter in this way. Now second chapter, we start the second chapter. The second chapter is cell division. Cell division means division of the cell. What is cell division? It is a process in which a complete cell divides into two daughter cells, and these two daughter cells are may or may not be a duplicate copy of their parent cell. Because on this basis cell division is of two types, meiosis and mitosis. In meiosis, daughter cells are non-identical with their parent cell, and in mitosis cell division, daughter cells are duplicate copy of their parent cell. Meiosis cell division occurs in a reproductive cell, means in sperms and in egg cell, and mitosis cell division occurs in somatic or body cells. Now what is this somatic and body cell? Due to the meiosis cell division, sperm cell and egg cells are formed, and because of the process of fertilization, when these two cells fused, they form zygote cell. And after the formation of zygote cell, continuous mitosis cell division start, and this is the body cell or plant cell. And due to the mitosis cell division, a complete human body or complete any of the body, plant body or animal body, is formed. This is the mitosis and meiosis cell division. Now the third division is the amitosis. Amitosis cell division occurs in bacterial cell, means in unicellular body. In unicellular organism, a type of cell division occurs called amitosis. Now let's start with the mitosis cell division. Mitosis cell division has some phases in it. The first phase is the interphase. Interphase divided into 3 steps. G1 phase. In G1 phase, cell grows in size, and nothing we have done, only the cell grows in size. Now the second phase is the S phase. S phase means synthesis phase. DNA synthesized in this phase. And how DNA synthesized? By its replication. Now the next phase of interphase is the G2 phase. In G2 phase, RNA and protein start, RNA and histone protein synthesize, and cell also grow more in size, and DNA also replicated in this phase. This is all about interphase. Now this is the phase in which cell is going to divide. It is a preparatory, it is also known as the preparatory cell of the cell division, preparatory phase of the cell division, because in this phase cell is going to prepare for its division. Now after interphase, there are second phase start is mitotic phase. Mitotic phase is divided into 2 parts, karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Now what is karyokinesis? Karyokinesis is the division of nucleus. In division of cell, first the nucleus of the cell divide, and after the division of nucleus, cytoplasm divide. And in this way it has 2 steps. Karyokinesis means division of nucleus, and the second is the cytokinesis, means division of cytoplasm. Now karyokinesis involves some phases. First phase of karyokinesis is prophase. Now the first phase of mitosis is prophase. Prophase is the first phase of the mitosis, and in this phase chromatin fiber condensed and converts into the chromosome. Nucleolus completely disappear. Nucleolus and nuclear membrane completely disappear. This is about the prophase. Now the second phase is the metaphase. In metaphase, chromosomes aligned on equatorial plane. Means suppose this is the cell and chromosomes aligned on this face like this. Aligned on equatorial plane. This is the metaphase. And now the next phase is the anaphase. Anaphase is known as shortest phase of the mitosis. In this phase, centromere splits, and in this way the tetrahedral structure of chromosome converts in this place. After the splitting of centromere, they are divided into 2 parts, and they are tilted towards the opposite pole of the nucleus. And after the tilting, their structure becomes like this, in this way. They come near to the opposite pole of the nucleus in this. This is the anaphase. This is known as the shortest phase of the mitosis. And the fourth phase of the mitosis is telophase. In telophase, nucleus completely divide and nucleolus and nuclear membrane again reappear, and there is slight difference between in telophase because after division of nucleus, cell immediately the cytoplasm start going to divide, and this cytokinesis is different in plant and animal cell. It is centrifugal in plant cell, means in plant cell a plate formation occurs. A plate is formed between the two nucleus of the cell, and in hence it is called centripetal, and in centrifugal, and in animal cell complete cytoplasm, this is, suppose this is the nucleus, and cytoplasm is constricted in this, and this type of cytokinesis is known as centripetal, and it occurs in animal cell. Centripetal means constriction, they divide because of the constriction, and in centrifugal means cytoplasm divide by the plate formation between the two nucleus. This is the difference between plant and animal cell in cytokinesis. Now after this is all about the four phases, and these phases are very important, and surely one phase comes into the exam. Diagram based question surely comes in exam, and it has 5 marks, so that you have to thoroughly study these phases, and after this phase we are going we have studied about the crossing over. Crossing over is the crossing of chromosomes, and these chromosomes of paternal and maternal. Paternal means parents, father, from the father, and maternal means from the mother. In this way, when the chromosome crossed, the exchange of materials takes place. The exchange of material takes place, and this process is called crossing over, and this point where the chromosome cross, this point is called chiasma. This point is called chiasma, and here recombination, exchange of material, exchange of maternal and paternal material of the chromosome takes place, and hence variations occurs in new generation. This is all about the crossing over. In this way we have studied about the cell division. Now the next topic of the cell division is structure of chromosome. Structure of chromosome is like this, and this part of the chromosome is called chromatid, and this part where the chromatids join, this is called centromere. The part where the two chromatids join, that part is called centromere, and the two hands of the chromosome is called chromatids. This is the structure of chromosome, and at the centromere a disc-shaped structure is present, and it has protein in it, and this disc-shaped structure is called kinetochore. And this kinetochore helps the chromosome to attach with the cell division, to attach with the spindle fiber at the time of cell division. This is all about the structure of chromosome. Now after this, the next topic of our chapter is DNA. DNA means deoxyribonucleic acid, and it is a code of genetic material. It is responsible for this is the DNA which are responsible. They are present in chromosome like this. This is suppose this is the chromatid, and they are present like this inside the chromosome. and they are only responsible for transmitting the characters from parents to their offspring. Now Watson and Crick gives the model, DNA model, and they are awarded by the Nobel Prize for their for giving the DNA model, and it is made up of pentose sugar, phosphates, and nitrogenous bases. DNA is made up of pentose sugar, phosphates, and nitrogenous bases. Now there are 4 types of nitrogenous bases: adenine, cytosine, guanine, and thymine. These are the 4 nitrogenous bases present in DNA. Adenine pairs with thymine and they are joined by the double hydrogen bond, and guanine paired with cytosine by the triple hydrogen bond. This is the bond between guanine and cytosine is hydrogen bond, and between adenine and thymine it is hydrogen bond, and it is here double bond, and in guanine and cytosine here triple bond of hydrogen. This is all about the structure of DNA. Now the replication of DNA. Replication means how DNA, how a single DNA converts into 2 DNA. Suppose this is the structure of DNA. In this way, a single parent DNA, when divided into 2 DNA, this process is called replication of DNA. And this process we have previously studied in S phase. This process occurs in S phase of interphase. Means replication of DNA means one single DNA converts into 2 DNA. In this new 2 DNA, one strand is old strand and this one is the new strand formed. One strand is old strand and second strand, this one is the new strand. This is called the replication of DNA. In this way we have revised second chapter.